Good evening. Let's dig into Palantir stock. So Palantir has survived the week. Well, it survived this week above $100. And I think that's really the best we can get at this moment. Now, SoFi climbed back up into this 112 zone, and it looked like for a moment we were headed below $100. Now, this could still be very much what's coming up next. One thing that could save Palantir here a little bit to maybe push it back into a 120 zone, potentially. It's going to take a lot of money, a lot of volume, a lot of push to get there, but we've seen Palantir beat these hurdles many times in the past. There's no doubt about that. Palantir has quarterlies coming up at the beginning of August, and there's no doubt that these quarterlies are going to be phenomenal. They're going to be the biggest the company's ever seen. But right now, there is a shift in the market. The shift is shifting out of AI. It's been doing that. Memory is looking like, hey, is this going to continue? Chips, once again, everything's been pushed so high and so aggressive. We're seeing a shift now into retail, fundamentals, banks, and this is where we see Trump flood the market. Now with oil, investors are going, where's the next element going to be here in the market? Now Palantir, I could sit here and go over deals, everything they've been doing. The company is doing better now than it was this time last year when it was trading at crazy multiples. And obviously, yes, mathematically, it's still trading above where it should. I'm going to be honest with you. I am very, very bullish on the long-term placement of Palantir. I think the company is going to continue to do marvelous business from what we can tell here. They have contracts just with the United States government for years ahead, okay? And they're pushing into the private sector very aggressively. They are cooking. But what we could be looking at here with this paradigm shift in the market right now, we're seeing a complete reset in AI. This is obviously happening before us. And right now, too, OpenAI has moved their date of coming to the market, but this could either be really bad or really good. It's hard to say right now. Obviously, when SpaceX came to market here, it shook up the market very violently. There's no doubt about that. It took money from everywhere, and this was no doubt a place where Palantir was hit aggressively too. With that, having this moment this year of OpenAI coming to the market, having Anthropic coming to the market, the beast Anthropic, there's no doubt that this is a place where Palantir could do well, get attention, because we could see the AI sector do well again in the market, or it could be more devastation for Palantir. It could mean that Palantir will finally trade at normal level. I think Palantir obviously will always trade higher than it should. The company's doing great. This isn't a conversation of, well, they could do better if they really pick it up here. No, I mean, they are fundamentally grounded. This is a solid company. The thing is right now is that popularity has died down, and there are a lot of other attractive steaks in the kitchen right now, and Palantir is just kind of not the biggest steak anymore. And you've got OpenAI coming to the market, you've got Anthropic, and Anthropic undoubtedly is making loads more money than Palantir. It is no secret. There's nothing to hide about it. Palantir may lose some steam. Like I said, I am very bullish. I'm very bullish on Palantir, but I do believe this is a place of where if we were to see Palantir sell down into a $70 to $80 zone, I don't think it would be a shock, and it would not be a shock to the mass. It could be a place of, this is good. This is where we'll see a new staircase be built for Palantir to go into the next realm of wherever it needs to go, to build into this $2 billion quarterly zone, push into next year to a $3 billion quarterly zone, get into a place of next year they're coming out with over $10 billion in revenue. These are very real elements of what we're watching right now. Palantir, like I said, structurally the company is doing amazing. But right now, I think a little bit of reality is setting in here. So right now, we've had a little bit of a life raft sent out this week, but the big but here, I don't think a lot of us would be shocked to see this sell down a little more. Now, obviously, just because I'm saying this doesn't mean it's going to happen. Palantir has shocked the bears many times, where it's just come out with a new deal, gone up aggressively. It is famous for running up before quarterlies 20-30%, and especially with this huge sell-off, there's no doubt that sharks are very aware of this, and they could pump this thing back into a 120, maybe 130 zone. We have seen Palantir do incredible gains in a very short time. There's no reason why this could not be different. And then after that, it could sell down again. It's very hard to say. Palantir, we haven't had Palantir before. This is a first. We've never had Palantir over $100 for over a year and then sell down, maybe below $100. This is very new territory. So everyone's watching this right now and just kind of, in shock. What's going on right now. So it's going to be a learning lesson for a lot of us and see what's going to happen. But it doesn't mean that Palantir is a bad company. It doesn't mean that it's a bad stock. It just means this is a shakeout. This is a reset, and this will be the place of where Palantir will grow from wherever it catches this anchor. And we'll see what happens here. So with all that said, take care, friends.